Well, joining us now for some more on online exams is Salvatore Nigro, the Chief Executive of JA Europe, which provides education programmes across the continent. Salvatore, good morning to you and thanks for being with us here on Sky News. So these are online exams. I know that your company, your non-profit, works on these kind of things. I mean, the question that I am wondering, I guess everyone is how do you make sure that these students aren't cheating?
Well, technology is also making huge step forward during the past years and the past months to make sure also that the students do not cheat. But also the assessment are made in a way that are also progressive, and the assessment are made in a way that change during the course of the same assessment, the way the students progress. We're very interested to see how this first trial in UK, JA is famous as a young enterprise, how this will go and what the future will reserve. But no matter what, we cannot stop technology. That's for sure. This pandemic has shown in many countries across Europe and the UK that we were off the guard. We were not prepared necessarily to delivery of content and delivery of assessment. And we want to also get prepared in the future for whatever the future will reserve us.
Salvatore, I do appreciate that technology, of course, is moving forward and we can't stop it, but I'm still not quite clear on how you couldn't be doing an exam on one device, even though that device was solely for that exam, and not have your phone on the other side cheating and getting the answers.
Well, the computer-based assessment, that we have to differentiate two things. One are computer-based assessment, the other one are online assessment. So when it talks about computer-based assessment, there have been different assessment. For instance, the PISA assessment, which is the program, the international program for student assessment of the OECD, is based on a computer, and it runs between 2 and 3 hours and 3 hours and a half. So the way you actually do it is to make sure that the students in the kind of questions that you make do not have really the time. But the most important thing is tomorrow, those youth are going to look for a job. So imagine today already many companies are applying online assessment while they're receiving your CV. The first things they are doing to you is to make you an assessment that is done online. So the future of the world of work is going into that direction, and students need to get also prepared in both digital skills and soft skills. And especially they need to not only know, and that's mainly the problem of many of the assessment is that is based on what you know. In reality, the world is moving towards how do you apply what you know. And through technology, this could be. But there is always a but into that. And there is a but that needs to make significant investments towards those young people who do not have the tools to really make the assessment properly. And I'm talking in this case, as our latest reports with the NN Group shows that the pandemic has widened and pushed out from the educational system many young people with disabilities, young people with difficult socio-economic situation. So it has to go hands in hands. If we really want to embrace technology and embrace the future, we also need to make sure that no one is left behind, and there are significant government and private sector investments to make sure to provide opportunities also to those talented youth that do not have that opportunity.
Absolutely. Investment is always the key in these sort of situations. It seems as if the way to stop the cheating is to just make sure that people are bombarded with questions so they don't have time to check Wikipedia. Now, one other thing that does occur to me with this kind of digital exams is that are we going to struggle with people's handwriting? I know that I obviously did handwritten exams in my younger days, but my handwriting now is terrible because I barely use it. Is that a concern for anyone?
We are definitely in the same boat, but it's not definitely on the exam itself. We cannot think that just the hour of the exams, your handwriting is going to get better, right? So the handwriting should be during your courses, during your learning part. We should never abandon that. We continue, even if we have digital signature today, we also feel good when we have our own signature, our own mark out there. But but we need to make sure in this case that using technology, we are also saving from the environment point of view. But also we are providing the people through technology, also people with disability, the possibility of learning through technology, because through AI, we are having a significant step forward. JA Europe serves over 4 million young people across Europe, right? And we are in 43 countries, and we saw how much damages the school closure during the pandemic caused to the young people, not only on their learning path, but also on their mental health. So we need to be always prepared. We need to embrace technology, and we need to start thinking about what are the skills that really are asked in the future. The Manpower Group talent shortage survey told us that yes, there is a huge shortage of truck drivers were in 2021, definitely of nurses, definitely of people in logistic and warehouse, definitely in software engineering. But more than the technical positions, companies are looking today at the non-cognitive skills and the soft skills, at the tolerance to frustration, at the resilience, and the working in teams, at their creativity, at their problem solving.
Salvatore, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir, but we have run out of time. So, Salvatore Nigro there from JA Europe. I do appreciate you being with us, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure.